What is going on? I am Anoki the One, and I'm back with another video. So, this video is actually about the 1-year anniversary of my listening party for my first EP ever, called No More Second Guessing. Just to give you a little context, I have been making music since I was 10 years old. I started writing songs, rapping at 10. I started producing at 12. And I started engineering as a teenager. And so I have just been making music since then, and I've never really released anything. And I have my own studio and everything, like a home studio, but like a studio too. So I decided that last year I was going to release my first EP, and the day before my birthday, Nipsey Hussle dies. And that was just extremely impactful for the whole culture. And he had been inspiring me for a long time, just as far as like how he does business and just a whole movement that he is about, like the marathon.
You gotta pay attention. And the people that empower themselves to have a career after the music stopped,
right, they
had untraditional business arrangements.
Right.
They didn't have the traditional interaction with the music industry because it's built, for lack of a better word, to you kind of like manipulate the artists for their own. And you know, the industry wasn't built by artists. So
right.
You can't even be mad at it for real. You just got to figure out how to use whatever leverage you got to become an exception to that rule.
So that inspired me because I had thought about it, but I didn't know if I was actually going to do it. 9 times out of 10, I was punked out. But having that happen, it really inspired me to move forward and to that next step of actually releasing my first EP and selling my musical products. Like, that is so scary.
There's a business model that exists in the music industry to prevent you from having ownership, to prevent you from being a partner in the lion's share of the profit.
And dirty money get washed on royalty statements. Black owners in this game are powerful racists.
The value is created in content. So when I think of us as hip hop artists, we create content, but we don't have a wide product line. You go to Disneyland, they got tons of products, ears and all Disney, Mickey, everything.
But people are so quick to shame artists who are just starting and growing and getting their footing, right? But at the same time, they're obsessed with artists. So it's just like, really? So yeah, it takes a lot, okay? So I decide, like 5 days before the actual event, and I have it at my studio, I have the idea to make it a literal listening party. I actually printed up some sheets for people to review each and every song of the EP. And so that's kind of how I started off. That in itself was nerve-wracking, and it takes a lot of humility to allow your art to be judged and to be reviewed. And I did it anonymously so nobody felt weird, but I really want to know, like, I want to know the truth. I want to know the truth. Don't lie to me. So it kind of looked like class, but it was actually, you know, everybody was reviewing the music, and I was nervous because it was like so quiet, and I'm just like, what are they putting? I want to know. Then after everybody reviewed and listened to the whole EP, because at first I had 8 songs, I was like, okay, what do y'all think should be the single? And everybody just started yelling out different numbers.
I said 5 and 8. Somebody back me up.
I said 6 and 8. I said 2 and 8.
5, 6 or 8.
Okay, wait, hold up. Y'all numbers?
You want to do numbers?
Why don't we just write it on here?
So then I was like, okay, the first song.
Who thinks 1 should be a single? We got 2. That's not gonna be single.
And how many people like to take it home?
4 for 2 is second secret place. I think this is gonna be work because half of y'all didn't see. Like 4 or 5 of y'all didn't hear the first half.
Third song, fourth song, fifth song, sixth song, seventh song, eighth song. And from there, I was able to get an idea of which songs people really, really gravitated to, and which ones were like, and which ones people pretty much didn't like.
I hear 5 a lot. 5, 6, and 8.
It's like 5 together.
Okay, so what is it about 5? What y'all like about 6 and 6? I like it, of course, because the whole like EP.
The relatability to it. You had a low voice in there just for a second once.
Which second guessing?
Number, yeah, second guessing. It was like, wow. But you didn't, I would like more of that actually.
So how does it make you feel?
It's definitely gonna be in the car with me, like that dynamic feel. I love listening to music, like driving in the car. So definitely immediately, that's one of those songs for sure.
Introduces you to the vibe of the album, like automatic.
On the dance floor.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, The Afro beats, okay, mixing it up. That's like 12. I feel like I didn't count right. I don't know why. Okay.
It's like that buster.
No taking. That actually, I almost didn't put that on CD. Like I put that on there last week. Who thinks number 7? Nobody. Cool. All right. Who thinks number 8 should be right? That's crazy. That's what's up. Like, I'm glad I did this because, like, I've sung these songs to, like, engineers and stuff like that. And I had a lot of engineers say, second guessing, and you got me, actually.
I like you guys.
But that's crazy.
Because it's like the way you use the vocals as an instrument.
Yeah.
So cool with the beat. You could like match all well together.
Yeah.
And like made it melodic.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thank you. I appreciate that you really was listening.
Some of the songs I almost didn't put on the EP, I think it's the last 2 songs I made. And those are the songs people like the most. So for one, and then the 2 songs, the oldest songs that were like 5 years old, people didn't like as much. And it's just like, it let me know that I'm still getting better. It's not like, you know, my old stuff is better than my new stuff. I feel like that's kind of bad. So it encouraged me not only to continue to make more music because my newest songs were people's favorite songs, but also just let me know that I'm progressing and, you know, people actually feel the way I feel about my music. Because there's people out there, like, there's a lot of artists that are like, you know, I'll never listen to my music. I'm not that person. I remember how I sounded when I was 10 years old. If y'all would have heard how I sounded when I was 10, 12, 15, I still have those songs. I might play it for y'all one day. But I remember. I ain't forgot. I know where I came from. And the way my music sounds now, and like, a lot of people don't realize I produce the songs, I write the songs, I record myself, everything. Engineer, the whole EP is me. The only other person on the EP is Justin Mba, and killer bass player. He played some of the bass parts on Secret Place. Other than that, me, in my room, doing me. So it's just a crazy full circle moment, and one of the most special moments I've ever had in my life. And so after that whole review, then I had a video prepared because I was preparing for the scariest part thus far.
Okay, so now I prepared a video for y'all because I'm not the best with public speaking. So I wanted to get everything out that I wanted to get out in a video. So I'll let y'all come into that room, which has a TV. Cool.
And that was the part where I basically let people know how much I appreciate them. I basically was like a teddy bear at that point because I had gotten I had done Reiki the day before. She opened up my heart chakra and I was just like a teddy bear. I was a teddy bear. Normally I'm a G, you know what I'm saying? I'm normally a G. I keep it G normal, but I had just got my chakras opened up. Y'all understand? So I was a teddy bear at that point. So I didn't know if I was gonna get to crying in any moment while I'm trying to talk, and I can't stand trying to talk and cry at the same time. I can't stand it. So I made the video and let people know I appreciated them and things like that, and also that I wanted to see if they were interested in buying the CD or the USB cassette. And basically it was cool, a USB cassette, because that's the first way I ever recorded music was on a cassette tape in my karaoke machine with cheap little Yamaha keyboard. So that was kind of a full circle moment. And I had my whole EP on the USB cassette where people could just put it straight into the computer, but it looks like a cassette, which is cool. And I also have videos and stuff like that on there. I asked, and then afterwards it was like, you know, I had a pre-order sheet because I didn't even have them yet. And I didn't know if anybody was gonna want to buy them. So I was just like, let me just do this, see what happens. And while I was listening to it from outside the room, like I wasn't even in the room, I was outside the room, and I was listening to it halfway through, listening to it, I started crying. I was just like, girl, get it together. And by the time everybody got out, I was just bawling. And people were throwing their credit cards at me and just like, I want to buy it. And almost everybody bought either a CD or the cassette or both. And that was enough for me to buy all the CDs and cassettes that I needed, which was perfect. And so it was just very amazing and emotional, and I was just a big teddy bear, just up there crying. I was so upset with myself. I could barely even do the transactions. It was crazy. And so it was just an amazing, for me, it was an amazing act of courage. It was just overcoming. That was like my biggest fear at that point, as far as being an artist. And it just felt really, really good, really, really right. So after I had my basketball goal outside, and like that whole, like the studio, having my own studio and having the basketball goal outside was all things that I drew and imagined from my little apartment that I had 6 or 7 years ago. Like just dreaming, right? And for me to have that studio in real life, not just in my imagination, have the real studio, have a listening party in the studio, and then go after and play basketball at the studio was just like the greatest dream of all. Like so many people, like on my path, they're like, okay, where do you want to go with your career now? And what do you want to do now? Or what are you going to do with your music? Your music is great. What are you going to do? I'm like, I'm living my life. I'm living my best life. Like this, making music is my dream. Making music that I really want to listen to is my dream. Like all that other stuff, like all the other foolishness, like there's just some foolishness going on. Like I don't want to deal with that. Like me, personally, I'm a hermit crab. I love my music. I love making music more than anything in the world. And everything else other than that is icing on the cake. Just honestly, it's icing on the cake. And I feel like a lot of people, a lot of artists, a lot of different people and different things, they start to drift too far, and I've done it before. Literally, all of 2019, 2018, it was me remembering why I'm doing what I'm doing. Like, coming back to the basics and just like make music that you like, that you love, that you want to listen to, and that is beautiful. Like that's a dream come true. I've been fighting my whole adult life to be able to be in a position to where I can just make music whenever I feel like, have all the equipment that I need, have all the resources, the education, the skills, the ability to just sit down at a desk and from nothing create an entire song. Like that was my number one dream. So now, and I also have a tour bus, and I also realized I don't want to just have a studio location. Like I want the whole world to be my studio. And so with my tour bus, that whole project, that clearly goes hand in hand with that, where I can travel anywhere. I don't know with this crazy coronavirus crap how the world gonna be after that, but I know that my dream is to travel the world and make music. That's just what I want to do. Everything else, is icing on the cake. Money, I don't really care about money. I care about what money can do for me. And so I've studied it a lot. And that's where the business side, for the past 10 years, I've been studying hardcore business and marketing and things like that because I understand how it goes together. But I don't care about the money. I just care about being able to continue to do what I want to do. And that's it. Whatever that takes, that's it. And I'm happy with that. So yeah, so that was my experience. It was amazing. And hopefully I get to have listening parties all over the world, in the country, driving in my bus. I'll come pull up. Y'all want to hear my EP? Y'all want to chill and make some music? Hey, that's what I'm trying to do. So, hey, dream. During this time where we're in isolation and things like that, hopefully it doesn't last forever. I was just looking at my dog in her cage, and she's in there right now, and it's not closed. And you know how dogs get comfortable in their crate. And I hope that y'all don't get too comfortable in the crate. I think maybe that's a part of the purpose, but don't get comfortable in these crates. We need to be out in the world, exploring in nature, in trees, living our best life, living our dreams. So this is a time to really think about all that stuff and imagine, dream. We can create our reality. You are the one. I am the one. We are the ones. All right, I'll see you on the next video.